Hey everyone, Carol here with Carol's Cricut Crafts. Today I've got the cutest little project for you. I'm showing you exactly how to assemble this fun chocolate treat box. It's perfect for gifting, swapping, or just brightening someone's day. The project link is waiting for you in the description below. And before we jump in, don't forget to hit that thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already. So here's the fun little chocolate treat box we're going to assemble. I have the complete project in Design Space for those of you who are Cricut users, Cricut machine users. I think this is adorable. It's not an original idea. I've seen it all over Pinterest and Etsy, but it's so simple to make with Design Space that I thought I'd create a project for you to use. And the inside says ho ho ho, and it has Ferrero Rocher chocolates. Isn't that cute? Just adorable. So I did the Santa belt on the box, on the lid, because I wanted it to be neutral. I'm giving it to boys and girls, so I wanted it to be neutral. But you don't have to do the Santa belt if you don't want to. You can just eliminate that from the project. If you want to add flowers and Merry Christmas or Happy Holidays, if you want to change the tag, you can certainly do that. Change the lid, I should say. So we'll just put that one aside. These are the chocolates that I'm using. They're little 3-packs, which is perfect for each box. I'm only making 4, maybe 5. And I didn't want to buy a whole box of chocolates because I know I'll eat them. And I definitely don't want to eat a box of chocolates. So we'll just put these aside. We don't need them right away. I have my brayer because I'm using poster board for the gold pieces, and use very little ink, very little glue because they're tiny. So you want to make sure that it's well adhered to the base. So here you have the rings, you have the H's, and you have the buckle for the lid. We have the strap that looks like a belt. This is the insert. We'll do that last. We have 2 pieces, the base and the lid. The base is the larger one with the taller sides because you need room for the chocolates. If you use this piece for the base, the chocolates will extend over the lid, over the sides, so you don't want to do that. This is what we're using for the base. So they're all very simple. They all go together the same way, even the insert. All you're going to do is fold the score lines. You should burnish them well. I have a bone folder here. You should burnish them well so that it's nice and straight. There we go. I'll do that side also. You have the sides to fold. And you have the little tabs where you'll use to assemble it with adhesive. These tabs. So I'll just push it in and burnish all of it at one time. Whoops. That's one side. And we do the same for the other side. I'll fold it in and fold this piece in. I'm going to move my camera. There, that's better. So what I've done is folded the side, folded the tabs in, and I'll just fold it down and burnish it all at once. There we go. So that's exactly how you put the base and the lid together. And we'll do the same with the insert, but only after we add the rings and the H's, because it's much easier to do it that way. I'm just going to get some Tombow glue. I have a small bottle that I like to use for the finer applications. This is a bigger bottle that I'll use for these tabs. So you're just going to put some adhesive on the tabs. I like Tombow, it holds very well. So we'll just line these up, do it carefully. You don't want to be off because you want to make sure that your insert fits properly. Just hold it for a second. There we go, that should be fine. And then we'll do the other side. And this side. Okay, push that in and hold it for a second. We'll push this one in and hold it for a second. Look, I went over with my adhesive, no big deal, just wipe it off. And just make sure they're aligned nice and straight. And we just hold it for a second. So the lid is going to go together the exact same way. Very simple, very easy to do. So I'll prepare the lid and I'll speed up the video so you don't have to sit through the same thing twice. If you really want to see it again, you can always just rewind the video, back up on the video again. So I'll speed up. That fits perfectly. Okay, so we'll just put this aside and let it dry. And the insert. So, oh, by the way, I'm using 80-pound cardstock. This is Cricut cardstock. I checked the shop before I started recording this video, and I didn't see this cardstock there anymore. I did ask if it's going to come back in stock, and if it does, I'll definitely let you know. I'll add information below, and I will also post about it in my Facebook group. Okay, so I don't usually like using tweezers, but because these are so fine, I'm going to use tweezers. I don't want to get adhesive on the opposite side, on the gold side, because it really does show if you get it on. I did make that mistake on my first cut. I got adhesive on the gold side and it doesn't look nice at all. So I don't think I'll be gifting that one. So all you want to do is put tiny dots of adhesive. You don't want too much. Just little bits of adhesive. It's not structural, so you don't need a lot. It's not like the box of the lid that you're trying to keep it together. Okay, I'm just going to put this over, and you want to place it. And I'm going to pick it up and check the back side and make sure that it's centered properly. And that looks good. And I do recommend adding the rings first, because if you add the H's first and you go too far over, you're going to have the ring on top of the H, and you don't want that. So I do recommend adding the rings first. Let's try another one. I'm just going to use this to hold it. I didn't get adhesive on that ring. Very happy. So just add a little. I want to get a good grip on it. I don't want to drop it. When I was making my demo, I dropped the buckle right on my lap. But I always wear old jeans when I work on with adhesive because I'm terrible. I'm so bad with dropping my project or putting it on my, wiping my hands on my old jeans is one of my favorite things because I get adhesive all over me. That looks good. We'll take a look on the other side, and it's well centered. So that looks good. And the last O, or the last ring, I should say. Just a little adhesive. You don't need much. And turn this one over and hopefully line it up well. There we go. That should do it, and we'll check. And yes, that looks good. I like to check the other side and make sure I'm not off because I wouldn't want the to get it all done and find out the chocolates don't fit because one of the rings is off. That wouldn't be good at all. So the H, to line it up, I've just left a little gap. If you fold this piece up, you can make sure that you have enough room. But I've just left a little gap. And the cross on the H, I try to line up with the center of the ring. So they all come out pretty much even all the way across. So let's try this. I'm just going to, maybe I'll grab it from the middle so we have adhesive at both ends. Okay. So once again, just a little tiny bit of adhesive. Not too much. You don't want it to spill out onto the cardstock and look messy. So just a little. And we'll try and get this pretty even. That looks good. See the line across the H is kind of lining up with the center of the ring. So now the next one we'll try to do the same. You don't have to use tweezers, of course. I'm just messy with adhesive, so tweezers are helping a little bit to keep it clean. Okay, we'll turn that over and we'll try and line it up again and get it straight. That looks pretty good. I'm just going to take my brayer because I'm not using a lot of adhesive. I want to make sure that they're really well stuck. I don't want anything to peel. And my last H. There we go. A little bit of adhesive. And I did that one too low. Just push it up a bit. And that should be good. There we go. And I'll brayer again. How cute is that? I think I mentioned that I use gold poster board for this, Cricut poster board. In gold, I have a pack of gold, silver, copper, all different colors, and I absolutely love it. It's so fun for holiday projects. So that's all there is to it. If I was off camera, I would probably let this dry before I went to the next step. But I'm on camera, so I'm going to continue on. We're just going to fold the sides and do it carefully. You don't want to pull off your embellishments. We'll just push that down. That looks right. And we'll do the bottom carefully once again. That looks looks very good. That looks good. We'll just move these out of the way. Do the sides. This side, and we're assembling it just like we did the base and the lid. Very easy to assemble, but you see why I prefer to do this first before folding the sides and adhering them, because then you would be pressing down on the insert and you'd probably stretch it out of shape, so you don't want to do that. You want to embellish first and then assemble the insert. There we go. So we're just going to adhere the little sides on it. They're very tiny. I think it's 1/2 inch, if I remember from building it. I have seen them a lot. Most of what I've seen on YouTube was done by hand with a scoreboard. And if you're a Cricut crafter, you have no need to do that. You can do it in Design Space, which is fast and easy to do. And you know what I mentioned, if you want to change the belt and the buckle for the top, you can delete it from the project. But if I was going to change the top decoration, I would just hide the belt and the buckle in the layers panel. I wouldn't delete it completely in case I want it in the future. Or if you're doing this for let's say a classroom and you want, for boys and girls, it's fun to have that Santa theme. If you're doing it for a teacher, maybe you want to add poinsettias and Christmas tags to the top. Completely up to you, of course. But the Santa theme is cute. Okay, I'm just holding the ends to make sure they're nice and dry. Before I push this into the box, we're going to add it to the box and make sure it fits. Did I do that a little crooked? I did. I'll bring it back again. There. That's better. These sides are tiny. There. Okay, that should do it. So we're just going to make sure it fits. Everything fits well. It's a little snug when you insert it. You want it to be so it doesn't move around. There, that inserts very well. Very nice, nice and snug. So we'll just pull it back out. And I'm going to open one of these chocolates. I have scissors. I got these at Walmart. And I think they were like $1 or $1.50 each. I didn't check because I had a lot of things in my shopping basket. And I forgot to check how much they actually were. But I think they were like $1 or $1.50 each, which makes a really inexpensive, cute gift for teachers, neighbors, anybody you want to give it to. Very terrific. So just kind of line them up in there, and you can sort it out once you get the insert in. Just push it down a little bit. The insert is a tight fit you want it to be. Okay. Just move these around. Move this one over. And then we can push it down. You just fidget with it a little bit. Oh, this one moved. There you go. Ta-da! Isn't that adorable? Isn't that super fun? Okay, let's do the top. So I'm just going to add some adhesive. What is an adhesive? I'm just going to add some adhesive to one side. I can go a little farther. Okay, and then I'm going to center it. Kinda. Line it up with the edge. I'll just press it down. Once again, it's not structural, so you don't have to press hard, or it's adhered. And then I'll just lift this end and add some more adhesive. There we go. So I have the belt on and it's centered. And then, because I have adhesive on my hands from fixing the edges, even though this is larger, I'm going to use my tweezers because I don't want to get adhesive on the buckle. Whoops. Better make sure it's well held. I don't want to drop it like I did the other day. And a little bit there. Okay, and we'll just flip this over and kind of center it. That looks about good. There. You can turn it over to press down on the lid to make sure everything is well adhered. Terrific. And there's the lid. So we'll try it again. Nice and snug so it won't be falling off. There we go. Isn't that great? So easy to do. And the first one might take you a few minutes, but once you've done one, I'm sure you can just push right through them if you're making multiples. And isn't that gorgeous? So I hope you've enjoyed this video. I hope you're going to make some of these. And please, if you do, post pictures in my Facebook group. I'd love to see what you do with the project. You know, you can go with your theme, your color themes for your Christmas celebration or Thanksgiving. Let's say you're doing a blue and white table setting. You can make these in blue and white. They don't have to be red, black, and gold. You can do whatever your imagination wants you to do. And I'd love seeing what you come up with. So please post pics in my group if you do make some. I hope you're going to enjoy this project, and thank you for watching.